What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most exciting cultural shifts happening right here in Canada, the growing demand for Afrobeats concerts. If you've been paying attention, you know that Afrobeats isn't just a sound anymore. It's a global movement. In Canada, especially cities like Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver, is right in the middle of it. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, because I'll be dropping more stories on how Afrobeats is shaping culture across the diaspora. And drop a comment below. Let me know the best Afrobeats concert you've ever attended in Canada. Not too long ago, if you wanted to see your favorite Afrobeats artist live, chances are you had to book a flight. Lagos, London, New York, those were the main destinations. Canadian cities were often skipped on world tours, and for many fans, the experience of seeing Burna Boy, Wizkid, or Davido live felt out of reach. Back in the early 2010s, most of the shows here were grassroots. Local promoters would book smaller venues, and the crowd was mostly African students and diaspora communities. The energy was there, but the scale was limited. It was more of a community gathering than a major concert, and honestly, that intimacy was special. People would pack into small venues, singing along word for word, creating an atmosphere that felt like home away from home. But over time, things began to shift. As Afrobeats exploded worldwide, the demand in Canada couldn't be ignored anymore. The real turning point came when major stars started testing Canadian waters. Burna Boy selling out shows, Wizkid drawing thousands, Davido packing venues. It proved that the Canadian audience was hungry for Afrobeats. These weren't just Africans in attendance anymore. Caribbean communities, South Asians, and even mainstream Canadian audiences were showing up, embracing the sound and the culture. Social media added fuel to the fire. A clip of Burna Boy jumping into the crowd in London or Wizkid shutting down Madison Square Garden would instantly go viral on TikTok and Instagram. Canadian fans would see that and say, "We need that energy here too." The FOMO was real, and it created this hunger for live experiences that streaming alone could never satisfy. By the way, if you're enjoying this breakdown, give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel grow and gets this content in front of more people who love Afrobeats just like you. Today, Afrobeats concerts in Canada aren't rare. They're expected. Promoters are booking bigger venues, production quality has leveled up, and artists now treat Canadian stops as essential parts of their tours. Toronto has become the heartbeat of this movement. With its massive African and Caribbean diaspora, it makes sense. But don't sleep on Montreal and Vancouver either. The demand is spreading coast to coast. In fact, smaller cities are now starting to push for shows too. It's not just about Toronto anymore. What's even more exciting is that these concerts aren't just about the music. They're cultural events. You see people showing up in vibrant African fashion, flags waving in the air, food vendors selling jollof rice and suya outside the venue. It feels like a festival even when it's just one night. For many, it's not just a concert. It's about identity, community, and pride. So where is all this going? If you ask me, the next 5 years are going to be huge. We're going to see bigger festivals dedicated solely to Afrobeats. We're going to see more Canadian-born artists blending Afrobeats with hip-hop, R&B, and dancehall, then headlining shows themselves. And most importantly, Canadian cities are going to become regular stops on every major Afrobeats world tour. The infrastructure is improving, the audience is growing, and the music is only getting bigger. Canada is no longer an afterthought. It's becoming a destination. So there you have it, the growing demand for Afrobeats concerts in Canada. From small community gatherings to sold-out arenas, the movement has come a long way, and it's only just beginning. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and drop a comment sharing your favorite Afrobeats memory in Canada. Was it your first Burna Boy concert, a Wizkid show in Toronto, or maybe a smaller student event that had the same energy as a stadium? I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.